Hello.
Hello, how's it going?
It's going quite okay, honestly. I wish I slept more tonight, but it's fine. We'll manage.
Alright, alright. Yeah, I've played a game today and didn't really go well.
It happens.
So it's I'm a bit down,
Mm-hmm. Well, one
Alright.
game is not gonna ruin it. Don't worry. Okay. So, you sent me your PGG here, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me a bit about yourself, your experience with the League, your journey, your goals, and so on. I'm curious.
I've been playing League for since season 10, I think.
Oh,
I
yeah.
played like my very first game were in season 8, but I stopped for a bit and then I replayed it again.
Mm-hmm.
I've been hitting, I think, Emerald in season 13 constantly, but I
Okay.
never like got to diamond. So my goal is diamond,
Mm-hmm.
and after that I'm trying to reach masters.
Well, yeah, I mean, Diamond is really close already. Unless it's on
Yeah,
LP, it's no problem.
yeah.
Yeah, Master is a bit more difficult for sure.
Yeah, I've played a lot with my friends, and they're like mostly master players,
Mm-hmm. Well, that
and they
helps for
all,
sure.
yeah, they taught me
Mm-hmm.
like a little bit, so I got improved a bit.
Okay, nice. That's nice.
Yes,
All right. So, did you prepare a VOD?
yes, I did a couple.
Okay.
Let me send you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's one. That's the second one.
Okay, let's just go with the first one. Let's go. Okay.
Okay, let's go.
So yeah, I don't really coach support players often, really, right? But I coach other roles as well in the past. It's
Yes,
not that different, right? The game is still the same, you know. Like looking at OBG, for example, right? When I coach an ADC player, I look at their
yes,
CS a minute, right? To get an idea of are they farming enough, are they going mid lane enough, or so on, right? But when it comes to
yeah.
support, you
I
can't
think
really
if
see
you're
much.
Yeah, I think if you're like if you're ADC player, you can like still get into the support role since you're playing with the support.
Yeah, for sure. Like there's so many things that ADCs and supports have to do, especially early game, and they both have to do it, right? So, okay, first of all, let's take a look. Perfect. Right. So, when you are in loading screen, okay, what are you doing in loading screen?
I'm thinking about like the laning phase
Okay.
and if we get prio or not. And I think that Alistar, like I used to play him, and I think Alistar is like really like useless level 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna look for a more aggressive playstyle level 1,
Okay. Okay. Nice.
and we can like get the lane prio if we use it, which means we can get level 2 and we can go for the level 2 engage.
Okay, that's really good. Nice.
Yes.
I like that. Okay. That's really good. And make sure to look at summoners, right? Expect a
Yes.
cleanse, for example, right? So you use your E like maybe faster before she could like cleanse away, so right? Some
Mm.
of those little things also matter. But I like that you're making a plan, right? Especially
Yes.
playing for that level 2 is so powerful. Now, let's see what do you do level 1 here. Okay, so before I see this, where do you usually stay level 1? Where do you usually go level 1?
So it
Oh, this
depends on
is
the
you.
matchup. It
Okay.
depends on the matchup, but when I get to lane, I always walk the second push in the lane.
Here.
So if we, let's say there's a Lulu
Mm-hmm.
and we don't get to have an advantage, or I cannot get in the bush, Lulu will go into the bush and start to poke us, and we will have vision on her. And otherwise, if I get into the bush, I have the Oracle lens to sweep up vision,
Mm-hmm.
so I can put pressure by staying in the bush.
Okay.
But I would usually like cover the tri bush and or the mid lane bush.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes,
That's fine. Just let's say you wanna cover Tribush, right? Where do you stay? You
yes.
stay inside the Tribush?
I stay, I think, in the upper corner.
So
Like
like here, for example, and if you cover bot, you stay like here.
yes,
Yeah. So one thing I wanna mention is that imagine the enemies invade, right? to your
Yes.
blue side here, and enemies invade. They usually invade like through here, perhaps, right?
Yeah.
So there might be an issue because you see them too late if you stay in the brush, right? They're
Yeah.
on top of you already. Probably happened to you before, right? It's
Yeah.
quite problematic, right? So there's an easy way to fix that. You just step up here, or if you're red side, you go up here, right? And this way you just see everything. Like when they take the corner, you see them. You see max vision range. They go from here, you see them here. If you go from here, you see them. So if you stay up, like step up a little bit from the brush and just go in the river, it's impossible to get invaded, right? This is very important because it just gets rid of those stupid moments where we just get caught level 1 and makes the game harder, right?
Ah, I see. Okay.
As always, just step out a little bit if you're gonna stay, right? In this case, you know, you go in the brush and you see them. So it's like, okay, you wait for a surprise, right? It's different. But on average, right, you don't want to do that. And also another thing I want to ask is like, because you play trash, right? You have the power to invade. Do you usually go for invades or no?
I think I will always look at my teammates and compare the level 1s to the enemy team's level 1. And usually, like, even if we're up more powerful level 1, like, if they don't want to go, I cannot just force them, you know? Like, for example, if the set is already going top lane or Lilia's going to a top side jungle, you know?
Okay, but how can you maybe help your teammates know pinging? Exactly, right? So pinging is something very important, right?
Yeah.
You definitely want to ping before the minute, like before second 15, right? Before people can leave the base, okay? It's gonna help a lot. So basically, especially as a support player, right?
Yes.
You have the power to influence your teammates so much with smart pings, it's insane. Especially because you don't really have to worry about like CSing, so or your attention is not on the wave like 80% of the time, like an ADC player, right?
Yes.
You can like do other things as well. So pinging and figure out what to do next is so important. Okay. So let's see what happens here. I'm curious. See here, for example, right? You see how your Rise and Lilia, they have no idea. Right? They have no clue this is happening.
They don't see
so imagine if you ping here on my way and then you ping assistance on top of Lilia Rise.
Yeah.
They would instantly come here and then just collapse on them, right? Instantly, right? So you see how big of a difference that would make? It's insane. Because here we just ping SS, we don't know what's happening, nobody's moving, right? We let them go in. And this is not great. Right? Lilia would have been here, Rise would have been here, and now we just collapse on them together. And either kill them or get their flashes, right?
Yes.
So that's just an easy way to get an advantage. But hopefully it's still good enough, but there's the kind right? But if your allies were behind her, that would have been a flash, right? Much better.
Yes.
Okay, good. Right, so basically I'm just going to give you like many pointers, many like good habits you should implement, right? And it's up to you to then just take them one by one, 2 by 2, whatever, how many you can handle at once, right? Don't get overwhelmed and just implement them one by one like that.
Yeah.
So they eventually become like habits you do automatically without thinking about it, right?
Yes.
That's the goal, basically. That's how you become a better player. It's the easiest way to do it. All right. So I guess we get into a conflict here. Okay. Well, so now here, after doing this to Alistar,
yes,
what do you think should be our next step?
The next step should be focusing Kalista.
Yes, for sure, right? Because now, okay, we burst that.
I think that was my thought process to go on Kalista since Kalista has no reach.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. But there's the trap, I guess. Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, the hitting got trap on Alistar, switching, then exhausting Kalista was good. Alright. Yeah, it's good. Okay.
Nice.
No, I like you had good intention, everything is good. It's really good. I like that one thing. It's good.
So my plan now was like to push out the wave, go for a cheetah recall, so Caitlyn has an item advantage. But I think my Caitlyn didn't really like got it.
Okay. What I wanted you to see you do here, ping, right? That you wanna shove.
Yeah.
That would have helped as well.
Yes.
Alright. We're gonna push this. And then after you push this, then again it's important to see what you do. If your plan is to do cheater, for example, especially because you're low HP, right? So out here, let's see. You don't take initiative, right?
Yes.
You don't ping, you don't do anything, right? It's like you staying here doesn't do much. Right? You're just hovering around. You are not sure what to do next, right?
Yeah.
So instead, what do you think you could have done? Because you have a couple options right here.
I could have pinged the Caitlyn to reset.
Right, so you could back off a little bit here. Press
Yeah.
B, ping Caitlyn to back off. Right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right? The wave is very far, the next wave is far, you don't lose any. Caitlyn loses nothing, right?
Yes.
Okay, but let's say you do that, and Caitlyn still wants to stay bot, like this. Like this, right? Even after you ping and you start recalling. What should you do then?
I think I should have stayed.
Okay, you stay, right? Okay, sure.
Because
But what can you do instead of this, right?
Honestly, I don't know.
So when let's say you go for the level 2 play, right? And there's no Fiesta happening level 1. Let's say you get the first wave, then you get the second wave first 3 melee minions, right? And do something level 2. Cool. You did something level 2, whatever happened doesn't matter.
Yes.
Then you know there's like 3 caster minions left for your ADC to get.
Yes.
And then there's always like a timer between that and the third wave coming in, right? There's always that little timer. In that little window, people usually don't do anything productive. Nothing, they don't really do anything. And it's just wasted time.
Just recall.
You don't really want to recall in most cases because you already have a lane advantage level 2 over opponents. I don't want to recall. But what can you do to take your lead further from that point? And this is a perfect example as well.
I could go warding.
Exactly, there you go, right? You could ward.
Yes.
Right?
I could go warding.
Right now is the perfect time to ward because there's nothing happening here. If you go here, right? If you go here, you're just gonna. Well,
I go ward and.
Like it's like if you hit turret, cool, hit turret, but you're not doing anything productive with the time, right?
Yes, yes.
And now you would have been warding, let's say pixel brush, whatever. Honestly, where to ward early on, I don't think it's very important. It's like we could talk a little about, for example, let's say the enemy has a jungler, right? Like a J4, whatever, who can gank early, no problem. So the card, there's even cards who gank early anyway, right? But let's say they start bot side, right? So they're gonna do red buff, they're gonna do Krags, and Raptors, right? And now they look bot lane, and they see this, right? What do you think the enemy jungler will do then?
They're gonna gank.
They might gank, right? Because it looks kind of free, maybe, especially if you use summoners at level 2, right? Okay, so how do you think they're gonna gank?
From the Tribush, like to the river.
So they do this, that, and Raptors. And now they're gonna go
straight bot lane.
Like through here somewhere, right?
Oh, okay. I see.
Right? It's like they're not gonna go through this tribush. Like when junglers go to these tribushes after they start topside full clear like this, from Krags through here. Right? That's how they gank. But if they gank level 3 after starting bot, they're gonna go through here, right? So the path. So this is why warding is usually should ward here. Your first ward should kind of be here, like a safety ward, right? Because then you spot them, you can run away, and it's much nicer, right?
Yes.
But if you ward here, you don't spot them ever.
Yeah, we cannot see that. Yeah, I see. Okay.
And so just ward here. Cool, right? And yeah, it's like either you ward or your ADC ward, doesn't matter, whichever has ward. This is why like ADC and support in the early game, right? They kind of do the same thing no matter what, really, right? They both have damage, they both can be useful, they have abilities, and warding is shared, right? You both have one trinket, right?
All right. Wait, how long I need to answer the door? All right.
Good.
Ready.
Right. So yeah, and you see how now here, if you start recalling, now the wave, you know, is they're meeting, and if you recall here, you'll let your Caitlyn play alone, right? Because you didn't state your intentions.
Yeah, I didn't really leave alone because I knew that Shaco was gonna gank.
And look, oh my god, look.
Yes.
The Shaco. But if you had a ward,
If
it
I
would
had
be
a,
chill.
yeah, it would have been easy. Yeah, yeah.
But
I see.
instead, what did the ward here? Wait, use the ward.
I use it on the middle bush.
Oh, right. So one thing that's a really bad habit. I used to do this all the time, and now I never do it anymore. Like don't ward in lane. Like it's not really helpful, right? Wards are a means to prevent or like to know if somebody is somewhere or not, basically, right? You ward in the river to see if the jungle is there or not.
Yes.
But if you ward in lane, it's like, let's say they have a support that's kind of in the brushes, you know? I mean, the ward, sure, you're gonna see him, but it's like you already know he's there. He's not gonna
No,
hurt
yeah.
you, right? So you wanna ward in the river. The wards are against junglers, with one exception, which is you fight early on. They go in the brush, you lose vision, you're gonna ward for your ADC, right? That's big. Of course, you want to do that. But if that doesn't happen, just ward in the river always. Yes, so yeah, here exactly, Shaco just 3 camps into bot lane, and you see how easy it was to prevent? It's crazy.
Yes.
And now it's just a bit sad, right? You peel your Kate, but you die in return. Maybe, right? We'll see. Maybe not, but even if you didn't die, it's like you lost flash and everything. You know, Caitlyn can't do much anymore with the lead you got. Okay, so let's talk about another cool habit to implement, which is basically your second loading screen, right? So if you think more than your enemies in a game, you have a huge advantage, right?
Yes.
That's why I know in history, like the people in combat, in wars, whatever, the commanders that were the smartest and taught the most about their thing, they won, right? So it's like now, during this time, when you go from your base to your turret, right? Most people just look top, they look at the scores, they whatever, right? But now you actually want to study a bit. You want to study the map, see what's going to happen next, right? So this is where I have like 4 steps I follow every single game without fail. And those 4 steps basically never let me fail, right? Because I cover everything. So step number 1 and 2, you could do them in whichever order, is looking at your allies and then looking at your enemies, right? Seeing where they are, seeing what they're doing to get a feel, right? So if you look at your allies here, what are our allies doing?
So Set is pushed in, Price is pushed in.
Okay, so luckily in the early game, mid and top, they don't really matter as much, right? Whatever. They're not really gonna be bot really right now, right?
Yes.
You can
you
ignore
mean
it.
you mean like the bot lane situation?
Yeah, like mid and top, whatever. Who cares, man? They're not gonna roam level 3.
Li-
Come on, let's be honest.
Lilia's like jungling.
Okay, so Lilia is bot
she's-
side. That's what's
Yeah,
important.
she's bot side.
Okay.
Caitlyn is like currently stuck in her position.
Yeah.
She needs to wait
She's
to get
full
crash.
HP though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And
But
they
she
are
cannot-
making
she
their
don't
way.
have prio. Yeah.
Yeah, making their way.
Support and ADC are up, and Shaco's going to the river.
Okay, so first we just want to take it in order, right? So allies, we have Lilia bot, we are going bot, okay, cool. Enemies, they're all bot, Shaco is in the river here, okay? And now you want to look at step number 3, which is objectives, right? Just see what objectives are up. Right now, yeah, like usually we consider objectives Drakes, Heralds, right? Turrets could become objectives sometimes, especially mid-late game, right?
Yes.
But even in the early game here, Mini 3, there's actually an objective that's in the jungle right now.
The scuttle crab.
The scuttle, right? That's quite important for the junglers, for sure.
Yes.
So you know, okay, both junglers are both the scuttle spawning. Okay, but also what else you know? Well, it's the fact that Lilia got more camps than Shaco. And Shaco is low HP, right?
Yes.
So it's also useful information to think about. Okay, cool. So that's the first 3 steps to extract information, right? To kind of see what's happening. So now step number 4 is kind of try to predict what's going to happen, see what you need to do. Okay? So, yeah.
I think the Shaco, like, he's going for the scuttle crab, and the bot lane they want to crash in the wave and reset.
Okay, so yeah, they could crash this and reset, right? Or they could crash this, help Shaco, right? To contest crab, right? So that's kind of what they're trying to do right now.
Yes.
So what can we do to maybe make the situation better? Because we don't want them to do that for sure, right?
I can be there before Shaco is there.
Well, In this case, you're kind of far, but you know your next best thing is to just go straight
Straight
there,
to the river.
right?
Yes.
Just try to go where Lila is right now and see where she goes and go with her, right? And Caitlyn's kind of gonna be stuck under her turret. Not much you can do about it, right? This worries.
Yes.
Your ADC has to farm it. They can't leave this wave, right? So let's see what happens. Or you know, if the situation changes, maybe they try to dive like crazy, right? Of course, you want to help your ADC. And here it's like, okay, cool. You see this, and now this you see them leave, right? So here
Yes.
you just wanna. What do you think you should do right now?
Get level 3 and go to the river. to help
Well,
with the-
you're not gonna get level 3 from this wave, right? I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe, but it's like, what do you think is more important? Getting level 3 here or helping Lilia, right? That's kind of what I'm seeing here. Because it's like you arrive to lane here, you help your kid get a cannon minion for free, right? That's really good. I like to see that. You get your gold. But now it's like, okay, with the information we have, like Caitlyn is here farming. You don't need to help her right now, like whatever.
Yeah.
And you see enemy bot kind of leaving. Maybe it's like right now with this time you could just go help your jungler. Right?
Yes.
This is a perfect
Alright.
opportunity where you don't need to be with your ADC because right now you're not, right? You're not doing anything, right? Sure, you might be canceling a recall here, cool. But it's like, is it really going to do anything? Right? It's like maybe you could kill, right? Maybe, I don't know. So kind of hard. Actually, we do, right? But it's like in most games, this Alistar here, he only died because he was stupid.
Yes.
Normal Alistar here would just leave because he sees you. Right? So we don't want to play assuming enemies make mistakes. We want to play assuming enemies know what they're doing, right? And if enemies kind of know what they're doing here, you know, they would have helped River, for example, right? Or while Katie was stuck under turret and Shaco would have gotten the crap for free, right? But here, because they do this, right? Sure, if you see this opportunity, cool, right? But you kind of want to think about the game as a whole, especially as support have so much potential. But yeah, I guess we got a kill, that's fine. But even after you get this kill, right, which, you know, sure, he hinted. What you do after this is also important.
I could invade. As I push the wave and then probably invade with.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't think the camps are up.
Right, but you just wanna see what's up, right? You wanna see what's up.
Yes. Just like.
Try to go like this is fine, right? But now we see, okay, Kalista's here, wave is not crashed, you go bot, right? But yeah, this is sometimes the game is really weird, right? It's hard to predict exactly what's gonna happen, so you need to adapt. And my
Yes.
guess was that they are gonna fight for scatter and so on. They didn't, right? And it's because bot lane they wanna help, but this is fine. You help your Kate here, that's good. Because Shaco left, he went top. So this is okay. Basically, you just wanna be ready for everything. Okay, you wanna help your kid out. And here, you decide to recall.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, this recall means that what can enemies do right now with the wave?
They can hard push it.
Hard push and get the play, right?
Yes,
kinda
it's
what
not
it
a
looks
killing
like.
wave.
And it's like if you, let's say, wanna stay and hold the wave, they could probably kill you. So it's kind of hard, right? Unless they leave. So yeah, like sometimes the wave is gonna be this way. This way, this Caitlyn has to recall. That's fine. Okay. So now,
Drake is up.
yeah, we look at the map again, right? Same
Yes.
habit. Like Drake coming up. Look at enemies there bot. Realizing base, right? Shaco, have no clue. He could be anywhere, right? But if you don't know where Shaco is, you assume he's bot. That's the easiest way to play, right?
Pretty cool. Like to have that that thought process.
Mhm.
To always assume that the jungle is bot.
Yeah, always play that way. Always assume the worst, right? Always hover your teammates, especially support or a jungler player. Wanna hover your teammates if something happens, right?
Yeah, I've
But
seen
okay.
Shadow moving to the.
Yeah, now we see Shaco bot. And look, oh, look where he is, right? So, first of all, after you get this ward, right? You're getting this ward, seeing Shaco mid. Okay, that's cool, right? But now it's like, on bot. Right now you don't really have to be here, right?
Yes.
There's like 3 enemy minions left. Enemies are pushing this in. The next wave is very far away. Caitlyn can just grab these 3 minions, even under turret. She will not get dived. She's 100% okay. Like, guaranteed, right?
Yes.
So now, but now you have information on the map. You see Shaco, right? And you see what he's trying to do right now, right?
He's going for an invade.
So what should you do here?
I could follow him up, since Lilia is coming also to the direction.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yes.
You should help Lilia here deal with Shaco, right?
Yes.
And if you don't want to do that, right, and you say, Lilia is fine, well, then it means you're strong bot lane, you should fight bot, right? But basically, the idea about League is all about tempo, and it's like if enemies do something, you kind of want to do something as well. Allies are doing something, you want to do something as well, right? You don't want to let Shaco here invade for free. Be it you help Lilia with Shaco, or you do a fight bot while Shaco is busy with Lilia. You want to do something when you're strong, right?
Yes.
With the advantage you have. Now here, this Kallista's kind of hinting, right? But, you know, int or not, your kid was still low HP. It wasn't the best trade, right? But at least here, right, you did go for something, right? When you saw Shaco there. So this is fine, you got a hook, all good. Right, but the thing is that you're not gonna get miracle plays all the time, right? So this is why you wanna build consistency and examine the game as a whole.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you know Shaco is bot. We ping that. Now, you want to be really careful when fighting here before Rila arrives, right? Because if here, let's say you hook and Shaco comes instantly, kind of doomed, right?
Yeah, I
So,
shouldn't have wasted my hook there. Yeah.
Yeah, so what should you have done instead, right? Especially if you look at the map, right? What is Lilia doing?
I could have, like, going for, let's say, a lane gank with Lilia.
Yeah, a lantern play. Amazing,
yeah,
right?
to play. Yeah.
But to initiate it, what should you do in the first place, right?
I need to clear the vision.
No, not really. Vision, whatever. Who cares, right? Sure, let's say you need to clear vision. Okay, it's fair, right? But to let Lilia know she should be here for the lantern play.
I need to ping her.
Yeah, so right now you need to look at the map, right? See what's happening. You know Shaco is coming, but potentially he could already be in Tribush or whatever.
Yeah.
And now it's like we see Lilia doing Gromp. And then it's like if you don't ping Lilia, she's probably gonna go mid or whatever. I don't know. Like who knows what she's gonna do.
Yeah.
But you should just ping right now. While she's doing the camp, you should ping. And after she's done with the camp, she's already gonna start kiting down, right? Because if you don't ping, she might kite left. So she wastes time. Okay? That's why pinging is so important. If you do that now here, you just wait for Lilia, then you fight, right?
Yes.
Then you just win automatically. Like Krista's solo HP, it's so good. Having exhaust for Shaco, it's insane. Okay, there's no way you lose. But if you go right now, right, go for the miracle hook, Lilia is gonna be here, and now it's like that. Now what? Right? Like, yeah, you have flash this, but you know, cool. But where's the hook, right? Like, much harder to play this now. It might not even kill, right? Compared to if you. Right. So basically, how to prevent these situations from happening is to ask yourself, okay, right now, what's the number advantage on bot, right? What are the numbers on bot? If you know Shaco is right here looking for a gank, for example.
The 3v4, 3v2?
3v2 right now, right? Because they're still doing a camp. Okay?
Yes.
It's like if you know it's a 3v2, you don't want to act, you don't want to do anything crazy yet.
Don't want to be proactive, just reactive.
Yeah. But when you have Lilia here, finally, right? And it's even numbers, then we can actually start fighting, right?
Yes.
We actually do things, okay? So that's the idea. That's how you prevent these situations from ever happening, right? You should basically realize when you're strong and when you're weak. When you're weak right now, because your ally is busy something, jungle is doing a camp, whatever. Just wait for that and then go. Okay.
All right.
So this happens. All right. And now, after doing this, really cool, nice. Now it's another turning point. It's another decision time, right? What should we do here? Right? Let's
Heart
analyze the map first, right? Let's
of
extract.
wave.
So the wave and like decision making is like the fourth step.
Okay.
First three steps are you need to extract information first, right?
Okay. Rice is currently not on the lane, so it's
Yeah,
a flame
he's
cover.
coming, but I don't know if he's
He's
got TP
coming,
or
but
not.
yeah, he got ultimate, so I think
Okay,
it's gonna be fine.
okay.
I think the next step is to hot shove the wave into helping Lilia with the Drake.
Yeah, but
Since
you see how like this thought process of yours, like Harshov into Drake, sure, it's like yeah, this time is kind of obvious, right? If you want to kind of Harshov,
yes,
maybe do a Drake, right? But a lot of times you might miss some critical details if you don't think about everything first, right? That's why I say like, okay, look at allies. Okay, we are here. Okay, Rise is there. Lilia is just here, full HP. Okay, good. Now you look at enemies. Well, Alistar died. Their ADC was low. Sheikov's bot side somewhere. We assume. We
yes.
kind of know that. Okay. Cool. And now we look at objectives. Okay, Drake up. Void grabs up. All right. Now, what can we do here, right? If you do Drake, right? Do we have more numbers? Well, yes, for sure. We have more numbers, right? Because their Alistar's dead, their ADC is out. So it's like if you want to do Drake, what should you do? You should push the wave first, right?
Yes.
So that's basically the order you want to think in, because otherwise you might lose some key details, right? And another thing to realize here is the fact that, yeah, we can assume Shaco was a bot, but now that enemy bot lane died, and kind of hard to believe that Shaco will try anything bot lane right now, especially with the Drake, when he could assume Lilia's going to do Drake, so Shaco's going to go top for Void Grabs, right?
So we can instantly go Drake.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, let's shove this, and just do Drake instantly,
Yes.
without any fear. That's it, and then we recall, all good, right? That's kind of how we want to reach these conclusions. So first of all, here you wanna again, like after you realize this, you just you should ping first of all Harshov, then ping Drake, right? It's so important to ping. It's so damn important. Because in this case, right, it's obvious, right? But sometimes it might be way harder to notice. Okay, so here, right, because we didn't ping Drake, you see how Caitlyn is not coming with you. You are going around instead of going straight, right?
Yes.
And suddenly it looks like Shaco is here. Wow. Right? But imagine we were there sooner with Caitlyn, right? It's like Shaco probably would have died already. Right? But because nobody won Caitlyn, nobody like pinged Drake, even the Rise is not ready yet, right? But if you all pinged, Rise would have ulted sooner, Caitlyn would have been here sooner, would have been here sooner, Shaco would have died before Ceres arrived, right? It's all about tempo, right? It's all about tempo. It's all about knowing and expecting what's gonna happen next. Right, and because of this, now jungle is dead. It's like
Shouldn't have happened.
yeah, it's like this should not have
Could have
happened.
been prevented.
Right?
Yes.
And now this is looking kind of a risky Drake. It's like a 50-50, right? It's like it was so easy to prevent as well. Okay, because now I think the Kalista is just gonna E and they steal it, which is like the worst case scenario, unless Kalista can press E for some reason. But yeah, it's like you see how many mistakes enemies are making.
Yes.
And yet,
yes.
we don't punish them, basically, right? They punish themselves by doing weird things, but eventually, right, if you want to get mastery especially, like these mistakes are never going to happen ever in your games, right? Never going to happen. It's not going to be normal, right? So you see how it wasn't that hard to reach the conclusion or like to reach a decision, to see what was going to happen next, right? Because it's just... yeah, go on.
It's not that obvious. It's not that obvious, I think. Like when player like they're at a higher rank play, they see things that you don't see.
Yeah, that's 100%. I agree with you, right?
Yes.
And this is why I always try to simplify everything as much as possible, because the game, let's be honest, right? Yeah, if you play it for 10 years, yeah, it becomes easier. But it's like if you don't have that much experience or you don't put 8 hours a day into the game every day, right? You're not gonna see these things, right?
Yeah.
And this is why I want to teach like these simple concepts to follow, right? Those 4 steps. You can follow them. Everybody can follow them. Reach at least a good decision, right? It's like if you didn't want to do Drake, for example, right? Cool, maybe just recall after pushing, right? But somebody would not even realize that because they didn't think about all the possibilities before. They didn't know where Shaco is, they didn't know where the jungler was, and so on, right?
Yeah.
They might have overstayed for plates like Caitlyn wanted to, and she did, right? So it's like you don't have to reach the best conclusion, the best, how to say it, outcome. just making a good decision is good enough. You don't need to make the best one.
Yeah, I see.
Right? So this is
Alright.
why after you get used to these concepts, right, it's going to become easier and easier to see these things. It's going to become automatic. Like you instantly look at the map after killing bot lane with your jungler, and you're instantly kind of going to know what to do, right? Now here, poor Ryze gets stabbed, but again, right, this only happened, right, because we didn't do things like a minute ago, right? And that's crazy. And this kind of
how important tempo is.
yeah, and this kind of thinking and about the game this way basically like helped me improve a lot at the game. It's just crazy how much this helps. And also it makes your morale go up because here, right, we could argue that you killed Ryze, right? Basically, right? Because if you played better, he would have died here. Same with Lilia. You killed Lilia and Ryze. It's crazy, right? And this also helps to never tilt because you kill your allies more often than you think indirectly, right?
That's insane.
It's just crazy to think about the game this way. And this just helps you so much to think about the game this way. Okay. So now you kind of get away from Shaco if he lets you go. Crazy guy. Good. Now. So another thing that's maybe a bit underrated, another cool thing to think about, right? It has to do with pinging again, right? You see Shaco here, you see this, okay, cool. Is now, after you do this and look for a recall, right? What could you do right now to help your teammates while you're recalling?
Pinging Shaco that he's
Yeah, you should ping Shaco is here, and you should also do void grabs to Lilia. Help void grabs, right? I do this all the time. It's like I'm being aggressive bot because I'm assuming sometimes enemy jungler should be top. Like, come on. And they're actually showing bot. Cool, they kill me, but I'm gonna spam pick my jungler to do the top side Herald or whatever, or Baron, or who cares, right? And that's also very important because the sooner your allies know and realize that, the lower the chance that they're gonna steal the objective, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So now look at the map. And what do you think here?
So there's no objectives up. Shaco is probably topside now.
Well, Shaco, you probably assume he recalled, but you have no idea where he is, right? You have no idea right now. Okay. Good. So
I cannot do very much on the map here.
But first, like, let's not misinformation, right? Shaco could be anywhere.
Yes.
And our jungler is top. And there's no objectives, right?
Yes.
That's what we really need to focus on right now. So with this information, how do you think you should act on bot on average when this is kind of what's happening here?
Caitlyn does have a double BF sword.
Okay, so that's fair, right?
It's a lot stronger than Kalista, so we can play more aggressive.
Right, so in a 2v2 situation right now,
we would win.
You win, right? For sure, right? But let's assume Shaco is bot in lane gang, lane brush, waiting to gank you, right? Are you winning then if that happens?
Probably not. Like, not 100%, but probably not.
Yeah, it's very risky, right? It's very risky.
Yes.
And always, it's not worth fighting outnumbered. Never, ever, no matter what, right? So, how do you think you should act knowing this information, basically?
I go what?
Right, so you could ward, right? You could try Tribu, sure. But let's say Shaco, is difficult to ward against, or they have Nocturne, you can join no matter what from who knows where, right? Yeah. Okay, let's assume that it's the case with Shaco as well, right? So wards are not going to do much. What should you do instead? Like, how should you act? How should you know how to act here? So this is an example where you don't really have enough information right now, right, to make a decision, right? Yes. It's like Shaco, if he's bot, we kind of can't do much because it's 2v3. But if he's top, we can go aggressive because we win 2v2, right? It's kind of the problem right now, right? So what do you think you should do right now if you don't know where Shaco is?
Just chill.
Exactly, just chill, wait for more information. You see Lilia is pinging there, top side, maybe Shaco is top, I don't know. We'll just chill for now to get more information before we do something crazy, right? And it's like, sure, you could play under your turret, you could try to pick your Katie to not hit these minions so you can freeze the wave, kinda, right? Yes. Those are all things you can do to make it easier right now to chill, right? Because now if you push this, you have to walk up together.
Yeah,
Just next wave.
I didn't want to like the wave were crashing into the turret, so I didn't want to like let the wave get too thin that it would bounce back to the enemy side. I just like hard clear it and neutralize it. So the
Yeah,
wave
I
side
mean,
so
that's a fair thing to do, but also remember that like slow pushing is also something very strong you could do, because if you have a huge wave, it doesn't matter if Shaco's here.
you can fight. Yeah, you
You
can
can fight no
with
matter what, right?
wave too. Yeah.
I like that you place vision here, that's good. Right. This is also fine, right? If let's say there were no minions to freeze in that example, right?
Yes.
You could just walk up, place vision here, this is fine, right? Another thing to remember, if you don't know where damage jungler is, but you have vision, you can just play like he's not here, right?
Yes.
At the moment you see you back off. Right?
Exactly.
Good. Right? There he is, right? Exactly, right? And now you should just hold on a sec. Right? Hold on a sec. Don't wanna die for a kill wheel. Good. Alright. This is good. This is fine. Right? So here is like now we wanna think about to do next. And also like the moment you see Shaco here, like you should let your teammates know that he's here. You could maybe, I don't know, ping top side for that to invade, ping a dive, top, mid, whatever, I don't know. But
Yeah.
it's like basically wanna let your teammates know that Shaco is bot. Guaranteed for sure. Right? By pinging. That's the easiest way. Okay. But now that you look at the map, right? And you know Shaco's here.
Lilia's back on box.
Lilia's back to bot, right?
Yes.
So it's like, okay, right now we are weak, Lilia's farming. But it's basically the same thing that happened before right now. Kind of the same situation, right?
Yeah. I shouldn't waste my summoners and just wait for Lilia to.
Right. But before all that, what should you do first step? Like you could do something right now in this moment.
Chill?
Yeah, you chill, but while chilling,
chill.
you could do something productive. Even while chilling. To like guide your teammates.
Can I like look for information? Like, how can I be sure that Shaco's not in the bush? Like that he.
I mean, you really can't, right? It's like he is or he's not shrouding or Shaco. You assume he is, right? You assume he's still bot looking for action, right?
Yes.
But if you look at Lilia, right? She's doing that play. Right? I told you to do something.
Ping.
You can ping, right? There you go.
Yeah, I
right?
forgot about the ping. Yes.
Damn,
Okay.
so it's like if you ping now, it's like maybe Lilia will skip Gromp to come sooner, maybe, right?
Yeah.
Or she's gonna do Gromp and kite bot instantly. I assume you're gonna lantern and go in, right? But again, if you don't do that, like Lilia has no clue. Maybe she's gonna take Scatter. No idea. Right?
It's insane how pinging can
It's
be.
crazy.
Like,
right?
I think that.
Right, but you wanna ping on top of her.
She think that she's gonna. Yeah, she wanna do blue buff into bot lane.
Okay, cool. Right. But yeah, you pinged. It was enough this time. But if you ping once like that, sometimes it might not be enough, right? That's why you wanna ping for sure.
Depends on the person.
Right, and also, let's see how you handle this. This is good. I want to say, like, try not to make it too obvious. If you just leave suddenly, that's a bit crazy. I just make use of the lantern, right? For sure on Thresh.
Oh.
Yeah, so you want to stay on lane kind and then lantern and go in. That's the easiest way to do it. Okay. But now here, if you wanna dive, again, Shaco, right? Shaco. So here you should just, again, ping. Do you think this dive is good or not if Shaco is bot right now?
No.
No, right?
Definitely
Right?
not.
Definitely no. You shouldn't 3v3 under enemy turret. Yeah, makes sense.
Exactly.
So you should ping the back off, right? Ping the back off, right? In this case, she does it anyway, right? But yeah, I don't wanna make sure, like, even here, it's like, what if Alistar had flash Q on Caitlyn? Ooh. Right?
Yeah, she would be dead.
Yeah, I don't know if you see summers, I lost track, but yeah, she's dead. So this is why I wanna be the leader here.
Oh. Wasted.
Okay. Alright. So now we can be aggressive. We still really have both side around. We have wards. This is fine. This is basically like in this moment you kind of feel like nothing is happening, but in reality, like if you get plates here, I mean that's winning. It's good.
Yes.
Right? And Kalista loses minions, so that's fine. But another thing that's important, don't waste cooldowns, because if you have hook and you never use it, it's more powerful than
it's more pressuring than just
yeah.
yeah.
Because imagine you land the hook there. Would that have done anything?
Nah,
Not,
probably not.
no, not really.
It looks funny.
Yeah, it's all good. Cool. So this is just gonna be pressure. Got another plate, I think, right? Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good. Too bad I didn't hit. But now, so basically another cool habit to think about. Like after every wave, basically, right? This wave is gone, right? Now you look at the map and try to figure out what to do next, right? This is the easiest way to like here, because right now for the last couple of waves, you've been in full push mode, get plates mode, right?
Yes.
But after a while, after this, for example, right? Well, look at the map again and assess. Right? Assess. Is this still the play?
This is Kalista and Dalisa recalling. Shaco is mid lane.
Yeah, so Alistar, is recalling for sure. He was so low.
Yeah.
Kalista, you have no info. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
not,
which means
whatever.
if she stays, it's dive. It's diveable as free. Since
Okay.
Shaco's mid.
Yeah, exactly. Right? You see Lily at top and Shaco mid. So it's like junglers don't really matter right now, whatever. On bot
Yeah.
it's like 2v2, but Alistar recalls, so it's 2v1 bot.
If I remember correctly, that was actually my thought process in that very moment.
Good. That's good. Right, but we see how like that the conclusion to dive should come first from knowing where your jungler is and where the enemy jungler is, right?
Yes.
Right, and here if you dive, right? It's like the Shaco that's doing things mid doesn't do it for free because he loses stuff bot in return, right?
Exactly.
It's you never want to let enemies take stuff for free. Always do something else on the other side of the map. Okay, so here you should definitely ping. I wanna ping. Caitlyn might not be ready. There we go, alright. And let's see how I handle this. Good. Well, it was a little bit of a misplay on your ADC side, whatever. Right?
That's fine.
It's fine. Right? It still worked. That's
Still
the beauty of playing with more numbers. It still works. Who cares? Right? And here, now, right? After doing this, you look at the map again, right? You see all that action top. So I'm guessing you wanna push and just recall, right?
Yes.
That's most likely what I'm gonna do. But let's think. Can you do something more here or not? What do you think?
Not really, no.
Okay, so the next, like another option would be to maybe take the turret here, right? But yeah, you said it's not good. And what do you think is not good?
I feel like because if we take the turret, I've seen this like on a lot of players that on streamers especially, they leave the turret if they're strong. They leave the turret since turret will take the wave when the enemy is like on lane or not or dead. So the enemy will lose more on XP and gold if as though the turret was still there, right?
I mean, sure, that's a valid, fair point.
Yes.
But I think there's an even bigger reason why staying here is not good.
Silas? Probably?
I mean, yeah, whatever, right? Sure, but that's not the biggest reason. Right? Let's assess again, right? Enemies. Well, okay, lead that top side.
Oh, I think I got it.
Okay.
The Drake is gonna be up. And
there we go. Drake
yeah,
It's like,
alright.
It's like if you stay here, it's like first of all, there's a big danger of us dying.
Yeah, no tempo
right?
for the
but
Drake.
We just lose all the tempo. If let alone like Drakes and like the Void Gaps or whatever. What if they just come back, push, and you just lose plates instead? It's also a bad thing, right? It's like you allow them to do so much, you know?
Yes.
Because when you think about it, when you are 2v2, right? Whenever you're on 2 versus 2 on bot, you always win. You're so strong.
Yes.
So why not, let's say when they die, recall, right? So when they're not in lane, you are not in lane either. You buy stuff and get HP. And when they are in lane, you are in lane as well to pressure them because you're stronger, right?
Yes.
And when you are behind is the opposite. If you are behind, you don't want to be in lane with the enemy, right?
Yes.
So that's what they want to do basically. And you don't need to allow them to do that. You want to get on tempo as soon as possible.
Yes.
Right. The Caitlyn here gets so greedy, but
yeah, that Caitlyn was a little bit too greedy in my opinion for the whole game.
And here it's like, sure, you still made the correct play, right? But it's like the faster you do this correct play, the better it's gonna
The
be.
better, yes. Okay, okay.
And
Yeah, I'm
here,
learning.
you see how like it's not rocket science though, right? That's the cool part about it. Like it's actually doable. Think about the game this
It's
way.
just not. It's just not like that obvious. Like it doesn't.
Yeah, like the tutorial doesn't teach you this.
Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't teach you this. Okay. So here I like that you like default to going towards mid lane, right? You just click mid, let's go mid, right? And then you assess. This is really good. Like everybody should pretty much do this.
Yes.
But also
Okay,
gotta keep in mind that your ADC now is alone on bot. It's just a
yes.
bit scary,
And
right?
Shake was probably bot side as well, since he doesn't show up on the right grabs.
Yeah, if Shaco is not fighting here, it means Shaco is bot, right?
Yes. So Caitlyn could be though.
Right, so you decide to kind of back off. Right, I think that's fair. You decide to go bot after all. It's good. I like this. Now to think about this stuff, that's really good to see. Okay. And now, basically know Shaco is doing Drake, but you also know Lila is coming, so you decide to go crazy. This is good. Well, kinda. Oh, that was unlucky.
Yeah, she's was a bit out of position there.
Yeah, so here it's like we got void grabs. Contesting dragon void grabs at the same time is tough, right? Especially if jungle is dead. So at this point, you can kind of realize, it's too late, right?
Yes.
It's kind of too late.
Just back off.
Yeah, just maybe chill. Here you could have hooked Alistar right now, right? Just hook
Yeah.
him out and Caitlyn is chilling, right? And that's all. But yeah, oh well. It happens, so it is what it is. You can't save them every time. But maybe they dive and lose so much HP that Lilia could clean up, but not really, right? But maybe if we recall sooner, something would have changed, right? It's just a thought, right? Always think about that. Okay. I don't think this is that important to talk about. This is, just solo queue things happening. But yeah, just don't try to be greedy with objectives, right? If you get void grabs, don't expect to get Drake every time as well, right? No matter how ahead you are. That's all here, not that much, not that big of a deal. We're gonna cancel this guy. Maybe. Alright. I feel like here would be, I don't really want to talk about mechanics and whatnot. Those are not important. How you play the game actually matters more than your decision, right? But just walk up to him, see if he goes out of your range, if not just E, right? If he moves out, then Q, right?
Yeah.
It's only gonna be beneficial to go towards him, even if he moves just outside your E range and you can't E anyway. At least you close the gap a little, so it's easier to
Yes.
hook, right?
Yes. So just auto attack. Yeah. So this is like, I don't know if you play Thresh or if you like.
Yeah, I did try him a few times when on field, right? For example.
My positioning there was like I was facing like to his up, so I wouldn't assume that he would like go up to go down. That's why I hooked like downwards.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I like that you know these little mechanics. It's really good.
No, I got like 1,000,000 points on Thresh.
That's really good. That's good.
Exactly.
It's really good. Yeah, but your mechanics are really good. They're not gonna hold you down at all. This is good to see. Right, it's just your knowledge that needs a bit of improving.
Exactly. That's why I got you.
Exactly, nice. Okay, so here we decide to recall because Alistar recalls, so Kate is safe bot. And if you look at the map, what's on the map right now?
Herald is up.
Okay, right, Herald is up. But this
Bryce
happens
is dead.
right, this happens mid.
And I think Nessus will die as well.
So you basically here, right? This is what I kind of like about the support role is that you have so many options already. It's like you didn't like on ADC you only have options after you take the first turret on bot, pretty much.
Yeah.
But on support, even now you have options, right? Because here you could go top, because your mid died, but your top is so ahead that Nasus is not even here, right? So if you go top right now, it's gonna be a 3v3 pretty much. If Alistar is there as well, you assume. Right?
Sorry, excuse me again?
Yeah, so it's like if you go top right now, it's
Yes.
pretty much probably going to be a 3 versus 3, right? Because
Yeah.
Nasus doesn't count, he's not going to join anything that much HP. And Alistar might go top by default as well, right?
Yeah.
Because Lotus supposed to do that on Herald. So if you go top, it's a 3v3. It's up to you to assess if you win it or not in a 3v3, right?
Alright.
But if you go bot, it's going to be like 2v1. Or potentially 2v2, and you're stronger.
And the enemy will have a...
And you can get turret,
advantage.
right? Or if you go 2v1 bot, you could dive Kalista, get turret. So it's like...
Yeah. So it's like a win-win situation.
Yeah, it's like a trade-off. It's like you go bot, make sure to do a play bot. But if you go top, make sure to do a play top.
Yes.
It's up to you to decide here what's better, right? What do you think is more beneficial to you and your teammates, basically, right? In my opinion, both decisions are good. It's not that important. It's more of the more you play, the more experience you're going to have, the more often you're going to find yourself in this exact situation. It's like one time you go Herald, one time you go bot, see what happens in both cases, basically, right?
Yeah.
And then try to see what's going to work for you best next time, right? There's no 100% correct answer here because I have not been through these situations, at least because I don't really play sport, right? So it's like it's up to you to experience these situations and know for the future what to do. Okay, but if you go bot, right, I want to see you proactive and do something. That is what I want to see you here. Unless you like try to do things because you should be stronger. But of course, never forget about the juggler. But now he stopped, whatever. But here we want to see that hook. That's a good one. That's also a good lantern. That's really good. And you play, this is well played, right? So here, in my opinion, going bot was the correct play. Especially because set 1 to recall after turret. And you just killed Kalista. Like, this is great stuff, right? This is good.
Alright.
Okay.
So far.
Yeah, after these, you're gonna push this most likely. But yeah, even Rice pinged you that Silas is missing, right?
Yeah.
Now in mid game, you kind of have to start to worry about mid laners, top laners, right? The map opens up a lot more. But what you do from here is interesting to see. So, yeah, let's pause here, and I want you to analyze the map and tell me your thoughts. What do you think you should be doing, right? Step by step.
Everyone is missing except Nasus. Herald is up.
Okay.
And we are currently Lilia's bot side.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the next best step would be, like, I think if we walked the Tribush for safety, just push the wave and get the turret and recall into Herald to be the play.
Okay, that sounds good, right? But kinda right now you wanna look for this turret. That's kinda what you wanna do, right?
Yeah.
And you said correctly, you wanna make sure to ward Tribush because Silas could be here, she could be here.
Yes.
Or have vision. Cool. Right? So instantly, what do you think you should be doing?
I should be warning.
Okay, you go ward.
Because I can be covered by Rice or Lilia.
Yeah, so while you go ward here, what should you be doing while you're warding though?
Pinging.
Pinging, right? You wanna let Lilia know again, ping on top of her twice and ping turret, right? And my way turret. So you let your teammates know, I wanna get bot turret and I want Lilia to help. Good.
Yes.
Right? And that's so then it's like so easy for your teammates to know exactly what to do. And they never like do other things out of place. Right? But for sure, like warding Tribush is very important as well. Wanna have vision, especially because you kind of know their bot. So wanna play it safe. Right? And in this case, so let's talk about this recall. This is very important, right?
It was a bad recall.
So let's talk about perfect time to talk about this little concept I like to call tempo lines. Yes. So let's try to replicate this map. We have that. No, we are outside, right? This is missing. Well, I'll put the enemies later. So you two are over here. Like it is like next to you. Okay, there. Then we have Lilia next to us. Our mid laner is chilling on mid. Okay. And enemies. What do we know about them? There you go. Right, we saw Nasus mid, Silas around here, right? It's kind of what we know. And the other ones, we don't really know yet, right? But
Yes.
when it comes to tempo, right? Especially mid-game, I like kind of drawing myself some like lines, basically where the action is, right? And right now the tempo line is kind of looking like something like this, kind of, right? This is the front line. This is where, if you're around this line anywhere, it means you're actually participating to the game. You're doing something, right? Productive. You're trying to look for bot turret. You're trying to contest mid wave. You are trying to push top turret, like Set, right? That's kind of what we are trying to do, right? Or like Set is not there yet, but he's gonna be there soon, right? That's what he wants to do, right? So it's like, if you're together with your teammates here on this line, this is great. This means you play as 5, because meanwhile the enemies, right, their bot could be bot, and the jungler, for some reason, is around here, but then he sees top lane like that or whatever, or I don't know, and they decide to do this, right?
Yes.
It's like now, no matter what you do here, you're playing 4v3, and even if your top laner dies, you win 4v3 here, right? But let's say you recall here. Now it's like, if fight happens here is 3v3, it's not guaranteed. 3v3 is 50-50 in my eyes, right?
Exactly.
And they kill this guy, and then they might win this as well. So you could lose the game instantly, just because you're not there. But if you're here, now it's like, no matter what happens, worst case scenario, you go even. Because worst case scenario, you destroy the turret, and your top lane dies. Which is even, pretty much, right?
Let's see.
That's kind of how we want to think about the game, right? And if you put recall here, you put yourself on a different tempo line, like here, right? You wanna merge the lines as much as possible in League. You wanna merge them. If you have different lines, you're not playing together, enemies could be playing together, you most likely just lose, right? So as much as possible, I wanna minimize this, okay? And here is gonna become obvious why. Okay, so this happens. Okay. And basically, to always remember this, while you recall every time, just think before recalling. See what your allies are doing. If they are actually doing something, don't recall. Half HP doesn't matter, you just stay, right? Okay. It's the same I see when I see ADC players, right? It's like, I often sit and do things even though I have 3000 gold. Because there's so much action, so much tempo, everybody's doing crazy things. And it's like, I don't need an extra item to win those fights. I just need to be there, right? Okay. So yeah, here, now it's just a gamble if they win or not, right? You have no way to control this. If you were there, you could have landed Katie now, exhausted somebody, Katie would not have died, right?
Yes. I basically killed my team.
You killed your teammates, right?
Okay.
And you potentially lost your game here. Right? Then in this case, enemies, you see how enemies were not even on tempo together. Shaco is nowhere. He was farming in the meantime. Kalisa was farming bot. So it's like, this play was basically 4v3 if you stayed, but because you left, it was like 3v3. Right? Basically. Around that. Plus, minus, whatever. But the numbers are not important. What's important is that teammates are on tempo. You need to be on tempo too. Right? No matter what. Let's say, for example, one of your allies dies before Baron, right? Well, it's like, yeah, you can't really contest Baron 4v5 now, but what you could do as a team, try to push mid and take a turret mid, right?
Yes.
So always think about the game this way in terms of tempo, right? Cool. And now here, we play together. There's like 2 enemies dead, 1 top, so these 3v2, you just go in, you kill it. There's nothing to see there. Right? I'm sure you nailed the hooks, cool. Right? It doesn't matter. You're 3v2, you can go there, right click, and you still win. It doesn't matter. Right?
Yes.
That's all there is to it. Okay. So, here let's talk about... I don't really get to talk about this often, but warding, right? So, basically, after you get this play done on bot, okay, waves are not your problem, you're a support. So, here you want to think about what the next, right? So, look at the map, what do you think? I know.
Shaco's dead. I'm free to deport his
So, let's talk about extracting information first, then about what you do, right? So, your Lilia is around here. Cool.
Yes.
Ryze is here, Kate mid, set up. Okay. Enemies. 3 of them dead. Okay. And 2 other ones nowhere to be seen. Cool.
Yes.
Now, look at objectives.
Herald is up.
Okay,
Yes,
Herald up.
that's it.
Great.
I should have gone for the top lane jungle warding.
There you go. Now stem of number 4 is like 3 enemies dead. You, Lilia, Caitlyn said could go together at Herald, because Herald is
Yes.
up. So it's like, yeah, I think Herald is a good play. And because you're the support, before doing that, you should ward on that side of the map, right? So
Yes.
this ward here, bot, doesn't really do much.
Yes.
Instead, you know, besides, you could have just went towards mid instantly to help Caitlyn push that faster, and you just go ward, right? And if you were doing that, you would be closer to Caitlyn, and let's say Sylas engaged on Caitlyn here, like, you could have killed Caitlyn almost, because you were not on tempo, right?
Yeah.
You almost died here. And if you were there, you could have killed Sylas as well, which is crazy. Right? Now if you go, it's just too late, it's gonna E away. There's no play here anymore, unfortunately. Right? And on top of that, now we don't have vision in the jungle, and on top of that, you are so late to do the Herald, right? Like, it's like, even if Lilia starts Herald here, it's very late, right?
It's risky then.
Right? But yeah, and because of this, like, the Herald didn't even start yet, right? And if she starts it now it's like you're not on tempo now because you recalled, right? And this recall again, think about when recalling. This recall is not great, you know? Like, even if you think Herald is risky, in this case, I think we could still do it, honestly. But let's say you think it's too risky.
Yeah.
But yeah, this Shaco Dead now to stop its free Herald still. But let's say they're alive, right? Well, we could still be with teammates here because they're kind of looking for something. Maybe go hover the rise. Maybe see what Leia is doing, right? Wanna do something productively. Right, recalling for a few items, getting your wards back, sure, it's fine. But something happens now, you cannot be there to help. This case Herald happens very late though. Okay, and now with this Herald here, right? Look at the map, what do you think? Is this play good?
No.
So how come it's not good? What do you think?
We don't have information on enemy, and our top lane and mid lane are not.
Yes, so if you count here, how many allies do you have on Herald? How many enemies?
3 allies and around the whole team, the enemy.
Yeah, there could this is
It could
kind
be
of 3v5, right? Could be a 3v5.
Yes.
Let's say somebody goes bot from the enemy team to defense set. 3v4, it's still bad, right?
Yes.
Still bad. So you gotta play it really carefully, right? You gotta be really careful. If you go like this, imagine Alistar had his teammates behind him. You're dead.
Yes.
I'm just dead. In this case, Kalista doesn't care, right? Silas doesn't care. It's like, whatever. Right? But,
no one cares, yeah.
right? If you get higher and higher divisions, it's never gonna be this way anymore. They're just gonna punish every one of your mistakes. Sorok is brutal. Right? And the idea is that, yeah, sure, you know, enemies made mistakes, but we lost turret because we don't do Herald here, right? That's why we lost turret here, the top turret, right? We didn't have to lose that one. There's no need for that, right? And here, again, I want to look at this recall, right? So, as a team here, 2 enemies are dead, 1 is top, 1 is bot that's dying right now.
Yes.
Right? So, it means... What does it mean? What do you think? And the Drake is up. What is the play here?
Drake.
Right, we have Drake. We have...
and go for Drake.
Didn't we just take Herald as well, right? We could take like tier 2, tier 3 mid with the Herald. We could do Drake in the meantime. Like Lilia could do Drake alone. And we could get mid, right? It's like, do you really need to care about Kalista being top?
No.
If anything, said is gonna recall and do it, right? You as a support don't have to worry about it. Even if you don't play ADC, you don't have to worry about it. Jungler, you don't have to worry about it. Mid laners and top laners really have to worry about sidelines most of the time, right? Exceptions happen from time to time, but this is not one of them. You do not need to care about Kalista here. If she takes your tier 2 top, fine, you get 2 hips at the Drake. Whatever, I don't care. And if she keeps staying there and we are 5 people in their base, 5v4, we end the game. Let her do whatever, right? Doesn't matter. Okay?
I think I think my plan was to prevent her recalling so the team can take the base. But yeah.
Yeah, but instead of doing this, it's more important to proactively be good
Yeah,
your team from the
I
start,
see
right?
it. Yeah, I see it. I see
And
it.
yeah, I think here, right, if you were there and you were spamming Nexus, I think we would have ended the game. right here. Right?
That's insane.
Most likely. Yeah, this is crazy, right? It's like, yeah, you prevent her from recalling, but it's not like makes a difference, really. Right? I'm afraid of enemies collapsing on your Drake now, but enemies just eat it again, never mind. Because here, imagine, like, Shaco didn't get caught like a moron right now, right? Now, now it's
Yeah.
like your teammates are playing 3 versus 4 on bot if Shaco is alive and he didn't die, right?
Yeah.
You see what this creates? This is basically, this is how you want to think about the game all the time, right? Just numbers. You never want to let your teammates play outnumbered. Okay, and now the game is probably going to be run mid and win. At this point, did you see how, look at Lilia, for example, here, right? What do you think Lilia should do right now?
She should have been with us.
She should run mid instantly, right?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
she doesn't need this Gromp to win the game, right? I see this mistake happening all the times.
The ramp is very important for her. Yeah, she's still farming.
Yeah, she's still farming, but you are just gonna end the game here. They surrender, whatever. Even if they don't surrender here, you end. Right? It's over. Right? The 3 dead, you have minion waves, it's over, right? But you see how Lira doesn't know the first thing about tempo. And guess what? Nobody below Master has any idea about tempo in general. So this is why I say like Master Reload is so doable no matter what role you play, what champion you play, what items you build. It's all about counting in tempo, right? You saw how so many times tempo was so important in this game. Right? And in this game, right, we won it, but if enemies were just a bit better, you would have lost it. Like, you would have lost it easily, right? Because there were so many mistakes being made and so many opportunities given to enemies to come back, right? Cool. All right. So, any questions? Anything?
How do I close up games? Like, I'm struggling with like not throwing the lead and closing up games.
I would say recalls like this are what is making you lose a lot of games mid late game. Recalling like this is so bad, right? Guess what? If it's bad, that's actually good because this is a big mistake, and big mistakes are easier to correct, right? Because next time you recall here, you're gonna realize, 2 enemies are dead. Do I actually have to recall when 2 enemies are dead? Why don't we just stay and just be with teammates instead, right? And same thing here. That happened bot or whatever, but that was. I don't remember, whatever, it was somewhere there, right? That example on both sides, right? Teammates do something, don't recall. Be with teammates. Especially as a support player where your main role is not to deal damage, right? You're less item reliant. And if you're half HP, you can hook, and that's insane already, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Right? So that's the biggest thing you need to improve on, okay? Biggest thing. And then early game things like pinging a lot, right? Making sure to look at the map, analyze where teammates are enemies, and playing aggressive or not, right? Don't waste your cooldowns before you get ganked, right? Try to initiate plays because you know it's a good play and you know you're strong 2v2 or like you're 3v2 or so on, right?
All right.
Those are the things you want to focus on, and it's gonna like, believe it or not, like if you fix all the things we talked about today, right? That's enough to get master. You don't need anything else. If you do those things consistently, you just look at the game a bit differently. It's like more of a team game. That's enough to get master. It's not rocket science, right? Because when you think about League, that's kind of the way I see it. Before master, it's just the tutorial. After master is when the game starts, right? That's when you actually start competing. Because below master is like there's an unlimited amount of slots, so it's like you have no pressure, nobody's stealing them from you, right?
All right.
Cool.
Wait, are you recording right now?
Yeah, I'm recording. I'm gonna send this to you after.
All right. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was about to ask you.
Yeah, I always record because, of course, you like.
I won't like memorize every single thing, you know. So.
When it comes to class, for example, a class in school or whatever, right?
Yes.
They tell you to take notes, which, yeah, sure, it helps. Because let's say you don't take notes and you pay attention. You're realistic, you're gonna maybe memorize 10% maximum. There's no memorize more. Let's be honest, we're humans, right? Especially if it's new stuff you never heard of. But if you take notes, it's like maybe 20, 25 maybe, right? But guess what? If you record, you can just watch it however many times so you can remember 100%.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
It's so OP. Of course I'm gonna record, right?
All right.
Cool.
Appreciate it.
All right. So if anything else comes up, any questions, just DM me, no problem, or ask me on Twitch. I don't mind. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Appreciate it.
No worries.